Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Donna Sports Show, brought to you by my great friends and sponsors. Ozzy's, the world's best sub at Wolf and Grand. J.D. Muggs, Still and Grill with 33 famous beers and the home of the He-Man Burger. Primerica Investments with my nephew, Mike Figuarelli. You want to make some money? Call Mike. Auto Advantage of Addison. We fix your car, repair your car, take care of your car. Addison Advantage of Addison. Auto Advantage of Addison. Fox Bowl. You want to improve your bowling? Go over to Fox Bowl in Wheaton. The golf courses of the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County. Going to be playing golf here in a couple of months. Get out to those courses, Green Meadows, Oak Meadows, and Maple Meadows. And Wayne H. O'Brien. Yes, the H stands for houses or hockey. Either way, call Wayne, the real estate mogul. This is your host, Don Figuarelli, the Don of Sports. Hoping you had a great... Hi, everybody. Don of Sports here on the WindyCityHometown.com network. Wow, what a great site that's going to be. I'm happy to be here with these fellas. Terrific guys, very knowledgeable guys, and dedicated. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy the show. I'm going to give you a phone number to call in case you want to agree with me, disagree with me, whatever, whatever, all right? The number is area code 630-530-7061. I'll give that to you again. Area code 630-530-7061. Give me a call if you agree. You want to get on the show with me. We'll be glad to help you. I like to talk sports, all sports, not only the big guys, pros, in the big three, basketball, baseball, and football, which those are great sports, but there's a lot of other sports that don't get a lot of attention, and I like to talk about them, like tennis and bowling and curling. I'll have one of my buddies on, the big guy Tom Michael. He likes curling, and a big guy, 6'3", 250 pounds. I kid him. I said, "What the heck are you doing curling?" He said, "Oh no, Don, it's a tough sport." I said, "Well, yeah, but it takes a lot of precision, so I like to talk about things like that." And of course, high school sports. We'll talk high school here. Ridgewood High School. We'll be talking to them. Oak Park High School. That's where I went to. Proviso schools, and we'll cover a lot of sports for you. All right. Well, right now we're going to talk about in this show here the Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Sox, the Cubs, golf, bowling, curling, fitness, and the crowd goes wild. I've got some recordings here that are terrific recordings of sporting events that took place, and we'll play some of those for you. It's great to hear some of those old-time stories and things that happened, like Babe Ruth's home run and Hank Aaron's 700 when he broke the record, things like that. So we'll be going. First of all, and then also we're going to get a call here from a few guys. We're going to get a call from Mike Sandrolini. Talks about the Sox and the Bears, and Jeff Trusko, bowling expert. We're going to talk to Jeff, and Wayne H. O'Brien, the hockey guy. He likes the Bruins because he was brought up around Boston. But he'll tolerate the Hawks. But he's a big Bruins fan. They won the Stanley Cup last year. And let's see who else is going to give us a call there, Johnny. We're going to talk to Wayne. And Mike Sandrolini, and Big Jack Ryan, yeah, Jack Ryan, the Fighting Irish guy. He loves St. Rita, loves the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. We'll be getting a call from him. But the Bulls, going to play tomorrow. I hope Rose can play. His ankle is better, and he's likely to play. He's expected to play when the Heat visits the Bulls on Thursday at the United Center. After Rose participated in a non-contact practice with his teammates at the Berto Center on Wednesday, Coach Tom Thibodeau said Rose's injured ankle is no longer swollen. Wow, that's good news. To me, at this time of the year, you've got to be smart stuff about that, Thibodeau said. He probably would have played Thursday night, which he didn't, because he had his ankle was hurt. So we just thought the smart thing was to have him play, but don't take too many chances. He had made great progress with all that stuff. He's feeling good. It was a freaky thing that happened to him. He's fine right now. So let's hope that Derrick Rose plays. And on the line now is Mike Sandrolini. Hello, Mike.
Pick up the phone.
Hello, Mike. Mike, hi, how are you? It's Don. How you doing, guy?
Pretty good.
Oh, good, good. We're on a new channel here, you know, a great place
Yes,
now.
congratulations on that.
Yeah, the guys are really great. WindyCityHometown.com. So I'm really anxious and happy to be here, Mike. And I want folks to know about Mike Sandrilli. Mike, we've got a new audience, you know, and just kind of give it a little background about yourself. And then we'll get into the Sox and the Bears, you know. You're from, you grew up down in Peru, Illinois, was it not? LaSalle,
Yes.
Peru?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, in Peru, which is right next door to LaSalle, but they have the high school is called LaSalle, Peru. So, there moved up to the suburbs probably about 25 years ago. So,
well, when did you...
I've basically been in the newspaper business almost exclusively for the last going on 30 years.
Yeah.
And but now with the internet becoming more and more popular and more commonplace, doing more writing online, and just have my hands still in the newspaper business, but not as much anymore. Writing for some online publications and also some magazines that still print.
Well, you've authored a couple of books too, right? All the good in sports. That was a good. Various.
That was a compilation of stories from various authors, and that was actually a blessing in the context that it's basically stories about athletes and coaches overcoming various trials and obstacles in their lives, and so it was more inspirational than anything. While athletics was the backdrop, it was more inspirational than anything else. But that book, to my surprise, pleasantly so, Amazon.com has a list for various topics for books, and that surprisingly made it a few times on their top 100 list for sports books. So that was
wow,
nice development.
Yeah,
and,
good for you. I know that one story was pretty inspiring. The fellow went to, because I don't have it in front of me, Mike, but he went to Africa or something, and then he came back.
He was
who was that?
Native of Liberia.
Oh, okay.
And he was and actually when he was a boy, he had to leave. He grew up in Monrovia, which is the capital city, and he had to leave there because as a young boy, maybe about 8 or 9 years old, because had troops who came into the rebel troops who came into the area. Had they been able to catch him, they would have automatically put him in the army.
Yeah, right.
So they basically him and like 4 or 5 friends lived in the jungle for a couple of years.
Yeah, boy, that was
and
inspirational.
He didn't see his parents or anything like that.
Yeah, boy, that was good. So, then you co-authored a book with one of the McCaskies, right, about the Bears.
Right.
Yeah, what was that book?
Came out almost 3 years ago. It was called Bear With Me.
Yeah.
And it's basically what Patrick did was take a bunch of just stories and from growing up as part of the Bears, because his grandfather was the founder and the owner of the Bears, George Halas. So he took a lot of insight from his experiences growing up with the Bears, and put a lot of that into the book.
Yeah, it was a good book also. And then he called in on the show, too. We interviewed him a little bit.
Yes,
yeah.
he did. I
but,
remember that.
Let's switch gears a little bit here, Mike, and talk about the Sox. Hey, at first, during the spring training, I said, they're not going to do much. But I've watched them 2 or 3 games now. They don't look that bad.
Well, I think the key for the Sox is going to be having consistent hitting this year.
Well, I was surprised at Dunn. Adam Dunn looks like a different guy.
Well, he seems to be, knock on wood, he seems to be coming along quite well here in the early going.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the surprises, I think, from a hitting perspective, is the center fielder Diaza, who is he took over the job late in the year last year, but he doesn't seem. He's already has 2 home runs already.
Yeah, they were.
That's kind of surprising because I never thought of him as really a power guy at all. But maybe he's not. Maybe this is just 2 of his 5 or 7 home runs that'll hit during the year, but they come early and they've helped out the Sox win a couple of games.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing Detroit tomorrow. Who's starting now? Who's the starting pitcher for?
Oh, I think Petey's starting tomorrow.
Okay, let's hope he.
Yeah, he's first base.
Yeah, let's hope that
and
he.
I don't think Verlander's going to be. I don't think the Sox have to face Verlander in this series, which is good.
Yeah, right. I hope not, but eventually they will. But maybe by that time, there'll be a few games ahead of them.
Well, up until a couple of years ago, the Sox actually hit pretty well off of Verlander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really.
So now he's just dominating everybody.
Yeah. But he lost last night, or somebody beat him just last night. That was a surprise. They got a couple runs off him, and so maybe he doesn't.
I think the Sox bullpen at this point has really been a pleasant surprise as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have Addison Reed, who's coming out of the bullpen. He's a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another kid whose name escapes me, but he's been closing the last few games, and he's looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
From what I understand, I mean, he's I know Hawk Harrelson and even the radio guys have been marveling at and he has awesome stuff from what I understand.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I say,
he's a left-hander. He throws 95 miles an hour, or maybe he tops out at around 94, 95. But he also throws a screwball, which hasn't been, which you don't hear of much anymore.
Right. When is Sale? Is Sale the 4th guy or number 5?
I want to see. Yeah, he's probably. I might think he's 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
But he had a nice outing against Cleveland the other night.
Yeah.
And he won his first game. So, it's early, but there's certainly some positive developments.
Absolutely.
From the White Sox at this point.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Hey, thanks an awful lot. Now, don't, like I say, get to WindyCityHometown.com.
Okay.
Take me a while to get it automatically, but www.WindyCityHometown.com. Mike, thanks an awful lot.
Sounds great.
All right, and we'll talk to you next week. Take care.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we're going to just take a fast break here, and we'll be right back, Johnny.
Okay.
All right. I'd like you to go over to Addison Advantage of Addison, a car care center. Why? Because they have a free inspection for your brakes, your exhaust, your struts, your shaft, ball joints, radiators, water pumps, timing belts, tires, wheel bearing. You realize there are that many things that would be done on a car?
Hey, that's all called preventive maintenance, right?
That's absolutely right. Yeah, it's absolutely right.
You can't be too safe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get in there but if you do need some things, there's a $20 bonus voucher for any service over $250, which that save you $20, and a $5 bonus voucher. I keep saying voucher. $5 off any service over $30. That'd be easy to do. An oil change would be that. You'd get $5 off. They're located at 885 Lake Street in Addison. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. On Saturday from 8 to 3, give Dominic or Leon a call at 630-543-1397. All right, that's Auto Advantage of Addison, Car Care Center, great guys. They have best warranty around and the longest warranty around. Brakes $70 off on a brake job with a 4-wheel lifetime warranty. Can you imagine that? And a 1-year warranty on all labor that they do. All work comes with a warranty. So if you need your oil change, you need transmission, you need flush, or front end work, fuel pumps, whatever you could think of on your car, go over to Addison Advantage of Addison at 885 Lake Street in Addison. Call Dominic or Leon, 630-543-1397. Hello, Jack. How are you?
He's not on yet. afternoon.
Yeah, listen, Jack, give the folks who, we're going to have a lot of new listeners, Jack, We're on www.windycityhometown.com, and a great station here, Jack. And give the folks a little background on yourself when you were a little guy, 110 pounds.
Those are about 5.
Yeah, okay, folks, Jack got into. He was always a retired Chicago policeman, but that give your background on your wrestling, Jack. That's interesting. I like to hear that stuff.
Are we on now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, hello, America. long time no talk.
That's right.
It's good to see Don is up out here again. Well, I did the wrestling part-time. I was always interested in it from the time I was about. I was a little guy. My folks used to watch it. I mean, really little, in the early 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that that was Gorgeous George's picture on the dollar bill. So.
Yeah, instead of George Washington. Yeah. Well, a lot of people remember Gorgeous George. Boy, he'd have the fancy clothes on, and people. Oh, gee, go ahead.
He was a great psychologist and a great motivator. He knew how to work a crowd. And you know what else he was? He's a pretty doggone good wrestler. I've heard wrestlers say that.
Okay.
But he didn't have any, any what do you want to call it, box office or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was always just a preliminary man.
Yeah.
And then he came along. It was during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Along with this idea. He was 4F.
Oh, really?
Because wrestling one time, he fell, he got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
So someone brings some smelling salts to use him, and the guy pours them in his nostrils.
Oh, boy.
So it burned out,
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would do? I imagine you'd wake up pretty quick, though.
Yeah, I would think. So he was 4F, though, huh?
Yeah, so they come along with this idea. First he said the human orchid, then he used it as a subtitle, the human orchid, Gorgeous George. And this is a time when you figure everyone's got to be a real man,
Mm-hmm.
He was doing this very sissified routine, although he was straight, a regular man in respects.
Yeah.
Married a couple times, had some children. So.
Oh, okay.
That's him. That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
But I got into it, especially in that era when Rogers was on top here, Buddy Rogers.
Oh, yeah. Lou Thez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Rogers O'Connor match, that famous one at Comiskey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I knew that there was something more to it than just a sport, very much a big showmanship component. That's no secret.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always I learned how to throw myself over in a snowbank. I lobbied up with a cushion.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew how to do that to begin with.
Yeah.
And, that's one of the things that takes the longest to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I could throw myself on a cement concrete floor over here and not hurt myself.
Yeah.
Of course, I paid for years later.
Mm-hmm.
Knee replacement, hip replacement.
Yeah.
So we did that for about 7 years part-time, and it was sporadic. It was like some guy'd be promoting for a while, these small-timers, and then they'd cut off completely.
Oh, okay.
I also did some couple of about 5 or 6 times videotapes in Minneapolis. That was Vern Gagne's wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Vern Gagne, yeah. See those names come back, You forget about them.
Billy Von Raschke, Buddy Wolf, Kim Duck, Raschke and Horst Hoffman several times. I was in tag matches. So.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, and
in your prime, what were you, about 220 or so? What was you in your prime?
Yeah, anywhere from like 215 to 240 I went at, depending on,
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Well, excellent.
Yeah, right.
You come across looking bigger anyway.
Yeah.
On TV and.
Now, to be honest.
Right,
To be honest with you, do you kind of get together before the match and say, "Well, you throw me, I'll throw you," and
No.
Is that true, or is it you're really trying to win?
No more than, no more than you have to know. If you meet a girl at a dance, you dance with her. You never danced with her before, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can follow.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow a lead or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of the same thing. It was described that way. It really turns out that way. So.
Okay. That's good to know.
Anywho, I had some reports by my alma mater, St. Rita.
Yeah.
About a month ago, well, not a month yet.
Uh-huh.
It was like March 22nd. They won the state hockey championship.
Wow, good for them.
And they beat St. Viator like 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to one of their players had broken a wrist shortly before.
Oh boy.
Stan Slikas. So they still came across. And I know oftentimes people think that hockey is the maybe more suburban schools, but Rita's had a hockey team. Well, they started it when I was there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still a club sport. I find out.
Uh-huh.
They still have to pay to play, like you call it.
I think, yeah, in Chicago. Well, even in suburbs and that, isn't it?
No, it would depend on the school. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
School to school.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, Notre Dame's got a good hockey team, too.
Yes, they do.
Wow.
Hockey stadium now, too, I understand.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. They had it on one of those shows there, ESPN or something. Man, that thing was state of the art. But they're always up there, top 5, I think.
Yeah.
You know, top 10 with hockey. Football's fallen off a little bit, but
they'll be back.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, it's hard to please those alumni, man. They want to win every game, you know.
So those coaches, they don't have any honeymoon period there at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our own 2 girls were graduates from there, so we know a little bit about it.
Oh, sure.
Anyone who's never been for a Notre Dame football missing quite an experience. The campus is just alive, and it's just like a beautiful campus to begin with.
Yeah, everyone should go. But once everyone should go to at least one game there, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're on TV a lot, but it's not like being there.
Right, exactly. Even anything, you know, baseball game, or you appreciate what you're seeing more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Live, you see it live.
Mm-hmm.
When you see then you know when you go back and watch the TV.
Mm-hmm.
But Notre Dame, the girls said the weekends there. It's home for a weekend. Mm-hmm. Wednesday, Thursday, people start showing up with their papers and
yeah.
ready. So
yeah, I got a kick. I got a picture of Lou Holtz. Jack, I'll tell you this story. If I ever see Lou Holtz, but he was the last coach to win the national championship, I think, right? 88?
I believe, yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, that's hard to believe. It was that long ago.
I can't think of his name now. The guy who was one of his assistants was on. Mm-hmm. And then they had, you know, times like this, everything.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Bob Davey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was a pretty good guy. I felt sorry for him. He did a good job.
You know, but
yeah. You lose one game and you're out.
Yeah, they already want to impeach you. So.
Yeah, right. But old Lou, man, he recruited good, and he had him right up there, you know.
Yeah, he was at South Carolina after that, I remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he brought them back.
Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
He was at Minnesota. Well, he was at Minnesota when he came to Notre Dame. So he had a stipulation in the contract that if Notre Dame should become available, he could bid on it. So.
Oh yeah.
One more thing before we go.
All right.
Tomorrow is opening day.
That's right.
The Detroit Tigers will be in town. They're kind of here already.
Mm-hmm. And you're going? Hmm.
We'll be there. Oh yeah.
The family's going. Good for you.
It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. Let's.
Opening day is always a beautiful day, regardless of what. It can be cold, but it's opening day, and that's hopeful.
Well, the atmosphere is great. They're sold out, I'm sure.
They had some standing room available.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Remember they used to have them years ago.
Yeah, remember.
I'd go down. I was about 10 or 11 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'd go down and stand and see the Yankees, and the place was so packed.
Oh yeah.
And you wonder why. I mean, look at the lineup they had.
Yeah.
First of all, they had Mantle, Berra, Skowron.
Oh yeah.
Elson Howard, Hector Lopez, Hank Bauer, Whitey Ford, Bobby Shantz.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that reliever? Ryan Duran, remember him?
Well, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Fireballer.
Right.
If anybody isn't familiar, he had really thick bottle glasses.
Is that right?
And he would come in from the pen.
Uh-huh.
The first pitch, he would hit the screen as if it were wild. But he wasn't wild because he'd been thrown in the pen.
Yeah.
It was all part of the intimidation, I think.
What was Billy with that group? Billy
Martin?
Yeah, was he with that group?
There.
Yeah.
And then slightly later, there was Tony Kubek and other people. Gil McDougall.
Yeah, right.
He was the one whose line drive hit curb score, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, man.
He felt terrible about that. So.
Yeah, the poor guy's eye, right in the eye, he got him, yeah.
Yeah, on the forehead, detached. I understand they reattached safely, and it was like maybe it was a mental block or something that hurt him, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
After that.
Yeah, you mean he couldn't come back? Yeah, he couldn't.
Yeah, he did come back. He was in with the Sox briefly, so.
Yeah, but he wasn't as effective, though.
I think he's still a Cleveland Indians announcer on the radio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, to this day? Oh, okay.
I believe.
Yeah. All right, Jack. Hey, buddy, it sounds good. Thanks for the report.
Hey,
and we'll you have a good time at the game tomorrow, and let us know how it went next time we talk to you.
If you don't consult the news first.
Yeah, right. All right. But we'll get it firsthand, you know.
Talk to you later.
All right, Jack. Thank you. Big Jack Ryan. Thanks an awful lot, Jack. All right, good. Now, let's see. What do I have here? Blacks. Let me see, Johnny. Hold on now, just a minute.
Keep talking.
Okay. As they're listening, they can guess who. Try to guess who it is. Then I'll give the guy's name at the end of it. All right. These are Chicago's 100 greatest sports heroes, and I'm going to read this for you, folks, and follow along with me. But I won't give you his name. And at the end of the article here, I'll tell you, all right? Because who the heck was he talking about, all right? But it'll be fun as you're listening if you could guess who I'm talking about. The New Mexico native is the prototype NFL linebacker. Big, fast, and hits hard. An All-American at the University of New Mexico in 1999. He ran the 40 in 4.57 seconds. Wow, that's pretty quick. That's almost like a running back. Blank was selected by the Bears in the first round of the 2000 draft. His efforts on the field would win him Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. In 2005, he would be named the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year. On the field, Blank has the stats to prove his mettle. In 11 seasons, get this, he has 912 tackles and 208 assists. He also has 41.5 sacks and 18 interceptions. He has been selected to the All-Pro team 5 times and has been selected to play in the Pro Bowl 7 times. Who am I talking about? You know who that is, Johnny? Brian Urlacher, all right? Yeah, Brian going to be a Bear for the rest of his life, he said. But I have on a personal note, folks, at Addison Trail High School a couple years ago, my neighbor's my neighbor's brother actually was at the high school, okay? And his name is Carmen Messina. And a nice running back, pretty good running back. And he went to New Mexico, the same college that Brian Urlacher went to. But naturally, from a running back, and he grew bigger, you know. He gained 40 pounds. They pumped him up. And he became a linebacker at New Mexico. Okay? His name is Carmen Messina. Now, he's trying out with the Bears. The Bears gave him a tryout. And I remember that name if you can. Carmen Messina, about 6'3", 250, wants to be a linebacker for the Bears. But, you know, they've already got 2 guys. Now they got Urlacher and Briggs, you know, so I don't know if Carmen's, you know, if they're going to sign him, you know. So he might have a tryout with out west, I think, with the Chargers, too. So let's hope the Bears pick him up. Maybe I could put him on the taxi squad till one of those guys retire, or maybe, you know, let's hope they don't get hurt. But Carmen Messina from Addison Trail High School in Addison, Illinois, a great football player that might make it to the pros. All right, we're going to give you another one here on this 100 greatest sports heroes. See if you can, as I'm talking about them, if it can, you know who it is, all right? After leading the Michigan Tech Huskies to a national championship, Blank played for the Vancouver Canucks of the Western Hockey League. After joining the Montreal Canadiens in 1968, he was traded to Chicago. It was not an impressive year, but in the 1969-70 season, Blank had a Calder and Vezina trophy winning year with a 2.17 goals against average and a modern era record of 15 shutouts. Wow, I don't think that's ever been broken either. Blank was the first rookie to win the trophy since Frank Brimsek in 1939. He added to his rookie Vicenza win by sharing the great trophy with Gary Smith in 1972 and tying with Bernie Parent in 1974. In his career, he tallied 76 regular season shutouts. Wow, guys could hardly get 4 or 5 now. In 1972, he shared the goaltending role with Ken Dryden on Team Canada in the Summit Series against the Russians. And in 1981, he tended the goal during the Canadian Cup, but this time for Team USA, his country of residence. In 1982, Blank started to play like he had a decade year. In the playoffs, he had a goals against average of under 2.00. Wow. In 1984, Blank hung up his skates for good. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1988. Who am I talking about, Johnny? Do you know? Well, we'll take a break, and we'll come back, and I'll give you who it was, all right?
Primerica is one of the largest financial services marketing organizations in the nation, with approximately 95,000 licensed independent representatives. Primerica is an industry leader in financial services. I'm Mike Figarelli, an independent representative and senior vice president in the Bensonville area, and the company's goal is to help ordinary families prepare for their financial futures. We've shown many local families how to do just that, and we are prepared to grow locally by providing people with financial solutions as well as a great business opportunity. As an independent representative with Primerica, you can build a business of your own, part-time or full-time. To learn more about the Primerica business opportunity, call me, Mike Figarelli, at 630-860-0033. Again, that's 630-860-0033.
Okay, start talking.
Hello, Wayne.
Howdy.
How are you, buddy?
Just fine.
All right. Hey, Wayne, we're on a new system here now, and we got thousands and thousands of listeners, so we're on our way. It's called www.windycityhometown.com. Great guys, great organization, and it's going to be fine. But Wayne, we got some new listeners, so I want them to know a little bit about your background because you're a big Boston Bruin fan. So tell me how that came about. And here's a guy, folks, in his late 60s, can still play hockey, still plays rat hockey.
70.
70 now? You hit 70?
Yeah.
When'd you do that?
Our birthdays were the same day, remember? January 24th?
Oh, that's right. But I thought you hit 70. Oh, man. But Wayne, give the folks a little background on yourself, okay? Bring us up to date. Tell them, where you grew up and so on, and how you got interested in flying and hockey.
Okay, basically, as far as hockey, I didn't even know what hockey was when I was about 28 years old, and my brother, who played roller hockey, he told me to watch the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might like it. And the two-line pass and all this other kind of stuff. I wasn't interested. He says, well, just watch a whole game. And I got hooked on it. And at that, I bought skates and taught myself how to skate. And then later, I started watching in 1970 when the Bruins were playing the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
And, Bobby Orr scored a winning goal and all that.
Yeah.
I just been a Boston Bruins fan since then.
But not so much the Hawks, huh?
No, I just happened to catch it, the playoffs. I started watching it.
Yeah.
And I didn't, to be honest with you, Lloyd Pettit and Lou Boudreau, they was one-sided. Okay.
Yeah.
Really one-sided. And that's the reason my brother didn't like the Bruins either. He was a Montreal fan.
Oh, okay.
And so
I became a Boston Bruins fan, and watched the game, and then I played men's league, and then 5 years ago my grandson was born.
He's playing.
Well, my son plays hockey. He played in 2-3 different leagues.
Oh.
My grandson, we got him skates and a whole outfit, like I showed you.
Yeah.
At age 3.
Oh.
And now he's 5. And last Sunday was Easter. The Sunday before, he played his first game.
God, at 5 years old.
At 5 years old, and he got 4 goals and 1 assist.
Holy moly!
Unreal.
Yeah, isn't that?
He really loves it. He's improving like crazy in a year and a half.
Isn't that something when you see him like that? You know, you just say, "Wow, man!" You know at that age to watch them games at that age. You know, it's not pure hockey. You know, in the sense of it, but you know they're you don't always catch the pass. You know, they miss it and stuff. You know, it's almost more fun than watching a pro game.
You could say accidentally got 4 goals and 1 assist, I guess.
Yeah, right. It's right. It's like my grandson Jake. He's 9, but he's just starting basketball. You know, and like you say, they throw up a shot. You know, to say he made 2 bad. It's like, wow, you know, that luckily it went in. You know. But it's so much fun. But you know, a lot being around the Chicago area like you are out there in Montgomery and that, you're a Boston fan. But you know, there's a lot of people around that you know they grew up in Chicago, but sometime you know maybe they're a Pittsburgh fan because Pittsburgh Steelers were so good back there. You know, that's all you see. Pittsburgh. See, well, especially younger kids, they like a winner. You know, so you wonder, well, yeah.
My son is a Steelers fan.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah, because remember back in the 70s or something, they were terrific. You know,
early 80s.
Yeah, in the 80s. In the same way with the Dallas Cowboys, you wonder, hey, you live in Chicago, what do you like the Cowboys? So, well, yeah, but they were winners, you know, for so long, you know. That's because
well, I didn't like I explained why I picked the 2 and the Vikings.
Oh yeah, that's
not because Chicago Blackhawks and Bears were losers. I just you know click with the Vikings. I am a Viking.
Yeah.
I'm mostly Norwegian.
Oh, are you? Yeah, you got a little Irish in you too, huh?
And I just started watching Joe Cap and Bud Grant, the coach, and all them. That was after hockey. I didn't watch football till I was probably 30.
Yeah.
30.
That's right. Wasn't Minnesota aren't they the guy, or was it the Buffalo Bills? They were in the Super Bowl about 4 years in a row and never won it. Was that the Vikings, or am I thinking of Buffalo?
The Vikings were did go to the Super Bowl 4 times.
Yeah.
And didn't win, but they spread out.
Oh, okay.
I think it's what team did you mention?
I thought of Buffalo Bills for some reason.
Buffalo Bills, yeah. I think that's what my son told me. They lost it 3 years in a row.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they got there, but then they could never win the big one. You know, could never win it. What about how'd you get to flying? Now, were you in the service where you started flying?
Well, I was in all 3 services, but when the last one was Navy Reserves, and I'd always wanted to fly. I flew. First time I flew was in a Taylor craft. Looked like a Piper Cub.
Yeah.
And when I lived on a farm, and the neighbor had it, and I went flying in it in 1958.
Yeah.
1958. And then I didn't fly again until Uncle Sam flew me down to Texas Air Force Base.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Everybody say I get a kick.
Anyway, when in the 80s, one of these days, finally I just decided to get my license.
Oh boy!
And I love to fly.
And,
it's a private license, not commercial.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And it just my favorite plane is a Boeing Stearman, the old World War I trainer, double winger, and fly low and slow, and it just there's nothing like flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, just be careful in those little ones, though, you know.
The little ones are bigger than safer than the bigger ones.
I don't know.
You got no control over the bigger ones. Small ones, you got all kinds of control.
Yeah.
If you lose your engine, it doesn't matter because you can land.
Yeah, right. All right, Wayne, listen, buddy, I'm going to let you go. Oh, let's see. The Bruins are, who are they playing in the...
Tonight.
Oh, okay. And who are they playing?
They play,
Oh, I thought I had it right here, the AFL. No, maybe I don't. Probably the Rangers, I think. But
No, Boston's in second place. They would play whoever's in seventh.
No, okay.
Seventh place. I can't think of offhand.
Yeah, I can't. I don't see it right now. But anyway, well, we wish them luck. It's just that when they play the Hawks, we hope they don't beat the Hawks. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Wayne, thanks an awful lot, buddy, and you take care now, all right?
I'll keep on brokering.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Okay. All right, Johnny. Then you could play a commercial in there.
Hey folks, if you get a chance, get over to J.D. Muggs Bar and Grill, located at 437 North Addison Road in Addison, Illinois. 33 different kinds of beer. Can you imagine that? It's the home of the He-Man Burger, and baby, that is a He-Man Burger. Wait till you see the size of that burger. Chicken Caesar salad, which is one of my favorites. It's a friendly atmosphere. There's karaoke on Wednesday night and a great DJ on Fridays. Call Dean at 630-833-2570.
My name's Tom Sims. I'm the owner of Foxbowl. We are Foxbowl Training Center and Pro Shop. We set ourselves apart because we emphasize instructions. We have a full-time bowling instructor, Greg Zika. We have instant replay, videotape each bowler. Another program that we have is our Youth Bowling, USA Bowling. It's an 8-week program, after school type of thing. It's 8 weeks for $88 with instructions, and every child gets a free bowling ball, a $75 value. And thank you from Foxbowl.
Hi, everybody. Don Figuarelli here to Donna Sports. Man, did you guys get a chance to watch that Masters golf tournament in golf? Whew, power and grace from Bubba Watson, taking advantage of the tremendous length. The guy could hit the ball over 300 yards every time. Isn't that wonderful? I could hit it about 3 yards. This guy goes 300 yards. But, a young strapling guy from Florida. But what I like about him, too, he said he never took a golf lesson, just picked the game up on it, which you couldn't do. I mean, you pick up a club, you watch other guys swing, you could pick it up on your own. But for the most part, and I'm sure down the line, he got a little advice, or he watched certain guys and they told him certain things about how to make certain shots. But it behooves you to want to play the game right, to learn the proper grip, to stand, because it's a hard thing to master. But Bubba mastered it. He's ridiculously long, subliminally creative. It means he can hit the ball around trees, under trees. That's what you have to do sometimes when you're playing golf. And but you have to practice those. It doesn't come that easy, So he practices a lot. I'm almost sure. But he's just a regular guy. Masters champion Bubba Watson has a story that'll bring you to tears. His dad taught him everything he knows. See, so somebody down the line taught him about golf, about how to play, what club to use from a certain distance. And but a real nice guy. I'm glad he won. Some terrific shot. You see that almost the last shot of the game where he was in the woods and he had to hook it around a couple trees. Now you can do that if you know how to do it. You got to practice it. You could hook it around a tree, or you could slice it, which is the opposite of a hook, which he did, and he put it right on the green. And all he needed was 2 putts, because the other fella, Ustenhausen, didn't make the green in 3. In 2, he had to chip it on for 3, and then he had to make that long putt to win. And all Bubba had to do was make two putts to win the Masters. It was a delicious that Watson kicked down the door at the Masters, because no one takes themselves more seriously than the Lords of Augusta, which he's kind of not a rebel guy, but kind of a different kind of guy. But we wish him a lot of luck, and we're really glad that he won. So if you get a chance, get out and play the golf courses of Forest Preserve District of DuPage County, because they're one of our great sponsors. They have Oak Meadows in Elmhurst on, I believe it's Addison Road. Maple Meadows is on Addison Road. And Oak Meadows is on Mill, near Irving Park. So, and then the other one is south. I believe it's Darien or Downers Grove in that area, Green Meadows. If you get a chance, get out and play those courses. But we've got a commercial that'll tell you a little more about them. And you get a chance to play golf. I love to play golf. Had a hole-in-one. My brother, get this now, my brother, who's not a pro, but in his day was a good amateur golf, has 7 holes-in-one. That's right, 7. His name is Bob Figuarelli. Luckily I got 1, but Bob has 7. And in his prime, he would shoot in the 70s, 75, 76, 79, break par once in a while. Like I say, if you want to know a little more about golf, I'd be glad to help you guys. Give me a call, or if you want to talk about the show that I have, you want to be on the show, call in about any sport that you like, that you'd like to promote. Like I say, I don't just talk about the big 3 of football, baseball, and basketball. I like to talk about other sports such as tennis, bowling, lawn bowling, curling, what else? Others? There's so many sports. Ping pong. We'll talk about that. To win a championship in any sport takes a lot of doing. I don't care what sport it is. I don't care if it's tiddlywinks. If you win a championship, you've done something. So give me a call at 630-530-7061. All right, we'll be right back with a bowling report from Jeff Trusco.
Hi, everybody. The Donna Sports here. Hey, you guys, it's time to get out and golf. The DuPage County Forest Preserve courses are open. Maple Meadows at 272 Addison Road in Wooddale. It's a links-type course that is in great shape and no trees to hit. That's what a links-type course is, not many trees. Oak Meadows at 900 North Wooddale Road in Addison is a traditional course with trees, beautiful flowers, and not many sand traps. And the price is reasonable. And get this, it has the longest bar in DuPage County for the 19th hole. And Green Meadows on 63rd and Westmont, a shorter course that is in great shape also. All of these courses are waiting for you at reasonable prices. Call Oak Meadows at 630-595.
Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Jeff, we're on a new frequency now. We're going to be on www.windycityhometown.com. A great organization and a great bunch of great guys. So it's going to be fun, Jeff. And so we're happy about that. It took us a little while, but we got a lot of new listeners now, Jeff. So why don't you, because you're going to be a regular caller, of course, on bowling, and although the summer's coming up, so we only got a couple weeks, but just give the folks a little background of yourself, not being a pro bowler per se, but a guy who loves to bowl. So give us a little background on how it started with you in bowling, Jeff.
How it started with me in bowling. Well, that goes back to about 1960. I was 12 years old. I joined a Saturday morning bowling league with my cousins over at Archer Kedzie Bowl.
Is it still there?
The building, to my knowledge, the building is still there, but of course they went out of the bowling scene many, many years ago.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
You and I covered a few years back, we counted probably over 40 houses that have gone under.
Wow.
Yeah. We had a whole list of them, and they either were torn down or they converted into some other business or they were just left vacant.
Yeah.
But anyway, so when I was 12, 13 years old in the kids league, and then I bowled all 4 years intramural when I was in high school, 3 years on the school team, and then after graduation from high school, I joined a summer league at Miami Bowl, which, again, that building's no longer there.
Boy.
I bowled in that for, I think, 3 years, and then I went into a single young adults league before I went in the Navy.
Yeah.
And when I was in the Navy, of course, you can't do anything such as that in boot camp. So I went to the hospital corpsman school to become a corpsman, and I formed a league out there in San Diego with the guys in my class.
Is that right?
Yeah, I had to do something to break up the monotony of studying and standing watch and that sort of thing.
Sure. Good for you.
So, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bowled in 3 leagues a week when I was stationed at the Naval Hospital in Roosevelt Roads, Puerto Rico.
Wow, 3 leagues, is that right? Yeah.
And, of course, since I got out of the Navy many moons ago, I went back into the regular Friday night league with my dad and my brother. And
the whole family bowled, huh? Well,
yeah. My aunts and uncles, all my cousins, every one of us bowled in the league at some time or another.
Yeah.
And with maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 years where I didn't bowl, and I've been a regular bowler for, what is it now, 53 years, something like that.
Wow, yeah. And what's the highest average you attained, Jeff? I know you were up there in the high 80s, I'm sure, maybe even 90.
Well, for several years, I didn't attain a 190 average until I was 44 years old.
Is that?
And I wondered, why did it take so long? I could have enjoyed this when I was younger.
Right.
But then when our team, meaning you, Pat Heatley, Bill Raybach, myself, and Don Figuarelli Jr., we won the championship in our league at River Grove Bowl. That was about 7 years ago now.
Yeah, right.
And I had a 200 average at that time. That was the only time I hit that 200 mark.
Yeah, you tried. And wasn't that something, Jeff, like I said before, you can't hear the show because, it's taped,
Right.
But I said, I don't care what sport it is. If you win a championship, there's tension there, there's pressure there, there's excitement there, right? I don't care if it's tiddlywinks,
Oh, that's true. It's competitive, and, of course, everybody wants to win. You try your best week after week, season after season, until you finally might enjoy that moment when your team wins the league championship. And as a matter of fact, for any new listeners on the show, I just wish we had videotaping of that playoff run that we did. Because I'll tell you, it was a mix of everything going on here during the season.
Yeah.
There were 14 teams in the league, and it was divided into 2 divisions, 7 teams in each division.
Yeah.
And the season schedule was divided into thirds instead of halves or quarters as is normal. So in the first third of the season, our team, the Donna Sports, finished in, I think, 4th place that year. So we're right in the middle. And in the second third, the second segment, the Secretary's team started off with a 35-0 record, but we were not far behind them. In fact, we overtook them, and we did finish in first place for the second segment. In the third segment, we never got out of last place. To this day, I don't understand how all that happened.
Yeah.
But because we won, we finished in first place rather than the second segment. Then we're eligible to be one of the 8 teams in the playoffs. So, and our first opponents were the previous year's winners, and or champions, I should say. And of course, on a 7-point system in bowling, you have to win obviously 4 points, which is best of 7, and it's 2 points for a game won and 1 point for the series won. And they won. They were nice guys, the other team. They won the first game, and our mantra was nothing is over. and Donnie Jr. write that on a piece of paper and tape it to the council as a reminder that nothing is over. So, without going to details about specific games and everything, we did come back to win the next 2 games and advance. Now, the second round, we were up against one of the 2 strongest teams in the league. And again, they won the first game, and we came back to win the next 2. That puts us in a championship match against another team that was new in the league that year. And they had strong bowlers on there, and the pattern remained the same. They won the first game. We came back to win the next 2. and it was so exciting for us.
Right.
I like I said, I wish we had it all on videotape to enjoy.
Yeah, we get it on ESPN. All right, Jeff, give us a little more current things on the Donna Sports now at the Stardust Bowl.
Okay, the Donna Sports, this bowling season is split into 4 quarters of the entire season, and there are 17 teams in the league. The Donna Sports finished in 9th place the first quarter. We finished in 3rd place the second quarter, and we finished in 8th place the third quarter. However, this 4th quarter is our redemption. We started out strong. We've maintained that. We have a current record of 41-8.
Wow.
Which is fabulous, because I don't think we ever achieved that kind of a record after 7 weeks of bowling on a 7-point system. And, of course, our stalwarts all season long have been Pete Spino and Matt Quaranta. They are both averaging 192, and they've been doing outstanding for us the entire season. But the secret weapon, as I call him, is Brad Muir. Now, here's a guy who didn't want to bowl except every other week, and he only averaged into 170s for as long as I've known him.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's been eating before or drinking before he comes to the bowling alley, but he has been such a huge part of our resurrection. And held us to the position we are. He has been just outstandingly phenomenal for the last 6-7 weeks. He doesn't understand it. He tells us not to bother waking him up. He wants to enjoy what he's doing. And a couple of weeks ago, we were bowling the team Midland, who was competing against us for finishing in first place. And Mike Whitten is the anchorman on Midland, and Mike has a 230 average, and Mike just does his normal thing. He rolled a 7-11 series against us that night, but thanks to Brad, he had games of 235, 264, and 207 for a 706, so he is way over his average, whereas Mike Whitten is just business as usual for him.
Yeah, well, nowadays, guys can crank them in like that, with new balls and the condition. But, Jeff, we got about a minute left. Did you want to profile a team or just tell us what's coming up for next week?
I'll get to that in just a second real quick. So, anyway, we took 5 points out of the 7 that night. And last week, again, Brad Muir came through with games of 226 and 234 for 656 series, which was high for the match against Spare Parts.
Yeah.
And we won the first game by 5 pins, won the second game by 50 pins, but due to the team missing too many easy spares, we lost the last game by 7 pins. However, Midland took 7 points. So right now, tonight's match is the position night of the fourth quarter, and we have a 4-point lead on Midland. They have to win all 3 games to finish in first place and knock us out. We only need to win 1 game to finish in first place and be the 4th team in the playoffs starting next week.
Oh, all right. Now, we hope we can tell the folks what happened then. All right, Jeff. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
See you later.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Johnny. All right, folks. A bowling report from Jeff Trusko, a wonderful sport. Everyone should get out and bowl. Even if you don't want to get in a league, just get in go bowling on the weekend. It's funny, years ago everybody bowled just about, and it was just like the thing to do, on a bowling team. But then it waned a little bit, maybe maybe what hurt it a little bit was smoking, let's say, because you could smoke in a bowling alley. Guys would smoke cigarettes, cigars, whatever. Maybe people say, well, I don't want to bowl, it's too smoky in there. That could have hurt it. It went up in price too, you used to be able to bowl for like 50 cents for one line, what they call a line, one game, 50 cents. Now it's up to like $3, $4, but that's how times are. So and people got away from it, the majority. But there's still 5 million bowlers in the United States. So and then maybe the other thing too, which even in my case too, the season is just too long, and it starts in late August and doesn't finish till May. I mean, that's an awful long time to be committed to something. So, maybe bowling should kind of think about that, however, if they're closed during the summer, not closed, but then there's no bowling, it's too hot, June, July, August. So, they do have to add that to stay in business. So, but it's still a great sport. But we're going to, let me just go through some hockey stuff for you folks. And, cause I'm a hockey fan, love hockey, but it's a sport that has so many different trophies, so many awards. Like in football, it's a Super Bowl trophy. That's it. But not in hockey. They have the Hart Memorial Trophy. This is an annual award made to the player judged to be the most valuable to his team. A winner is selected at a poll of National Hockey League Writers Association in the 12 National Hockey League. Well, there's more than that now. This book's a little bad, but there's more than 12 now. Cities at the end of the regular schedule, the winner receives, look at $1,500. He probably gets $15,000 now, and the runner-up gets $750. That's the Hart Memorial Trophy awarded to the player to be the most valuable to his team. Okay, then there's the Clarence Campbell Award. What's that? The Clarence Campbell Bowl is presented each year to the team first finishing in the Western Division at the end of the regular championship season. Accompanying the trophy is a monetary award totaling $47,000. Now it's probably $450,000. The award is presented by the member clubs for perpetual competition by the National Hockey League in recognition of the services of Clarence S. Campbell, who was named president of the National Hockey League back in 1946. Now there's the Prince of Wales Trophy. What the heck is that? The Prince of Wales Trophy is presented each year to the team finishing in first place in the Eastern Division at the end of the regular championship. Accompanying the trophy is a monetary award totaling $47,250. This is going back now. It's probably $1 million. That's the Prince of Wales Trophy. And what is the Art Ross Trophy? This is an annual award to the player who leads the league in scoring points at the end of the regular season. The overall winner receives $1,000. It's probably $10,000 now. The overall runner-up, $500. The leader at the end of the first half of the season and the leader at the second half of the season, each $500. It's probably $5,000 now. So those are just a few bits on hockey that I'd like to get over to you. And yeah, I think there's, like I say, they got a lot of awards all the time. All right, folks, we'll be right back in a moment.
Hi, everybody. This is Don Figueroa of Don Sports talking about Wayne Houses O'Brien. For all your real estate needs, call Wayne Houses O'Brien. Yes, the H stands for houses. At 630-235-5880 or visit his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. That's right. He's a pilot. He'll take a picture of your home from the sky. Whether you're buying or selling, call Wayne at 630-235-5880. He has residential, commercial, and investment properties. He is honest, hardworking, and friendly. Those are all the traits you want in a realtor. He loves hockey and he loves to fly. Again, call Wayne Houses O'Brien at 630-235-5880 or visit him on his website at flyingrealtor@yahoo.com. Hi, everybody. I'm here with Ralph Venturini from Ozzy's, the world's best subs, at Wolf and Grand in Melrose Park. Hi, Ralph. Ralph, tell the folks a little bit about the history of Ozzy's.
Well, I'll tell you what. It started in 1971. It was a little grocery store, and my father decided that it came up for sale, and he decided that he would take advantage and go ahead and buy this little business and take a whirl at it. Mm-hmm. And it was just a tiny little 800 square foot space, and him and my mom ran it, and they learned it. And
all right, give me the ingredients of your great Italian subs.
Well, I'll tell you, the Italian has 3 kinds of meat. We put provolone cheese on it, Italian dressing, lettuce and tomatoes, and if you like, you can add pickles, onions, and peppers, and let me tell you, this sandwich is excellent.
Come on, folks, get out to Ozzy's at Wolf and Grand. Open 24 hours. Give them a call at 847-455-0845.
All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up this show now. This is Don Figurelli, the Don of Sports. Give me a call anytime, 630-530-7061. I'll give you that again, 630-530-7061. If you like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm saying, if you want to chime in on something, talk about your sport, I'd be glad to talk to you. I want to thank my callers, Mike Sandrolini, Jack Ryan, Wayne H. O'Brien. The H stands for Houses and Hockey, and Jeff Trusco on bowling. It's been great talking to those fellas, very knowledgeable guys. I want to thank John DeVita, our engineer, for getting everything right and set up. And again, www.windycityhometown.com. I want to thank those guys, and we'll talk to you next week, all right? I'll have a lot more for you.